We'll see you next time right here on The Chase.
Tonight on 7 News, one of a kind. Singer, songwriter, actress and so much more. Dolly could do it all, and she most certainly did. The queen of country music, gone at 80.
Developing now, police probe the mystery death of a teenage girl found unresponsive in a Northern Beaches home.
A blaze shuts the Harbour tunnel, horrendous delays during the morning peak.
A killer Greenacre wife comes clean. What happened the night she fought back?
The last word, the Bondi Terror Royal Commission wraps up too soon, according to some.
Wheels on water? How you can ride Sydney's newest thrill.
And an NRL rule change for the grand final rematch, but the Broncos are dealing with new drama.
Live from Sydney, this is 7 News with Mark Ferguson and Angela Cox.
Good evening. She wore a coat of many colours. Icon, country queen, hit writer, actress, a powerhouse businesswoman who gave away millions for charity. Dolly Parton's dazzling life is being remembered tonight by many millions of fans around the world.
Hers was the ultimate rags to rhinestone story, from dirt poor to unique success, spreading joy for decades. Armed with a guitar, her unforgettable look and determination, she shared her heart in song and became a global megastar.
That voice. The hair.
Working 9 to 5, what a way to make a difference.
Those songs.
In the street, that is what we are.
Even when it didn't seem so, the truth was Dolly Parton was every inch the real deal.
I owe it also to myself. I feel better when I look the way that I feel comfortable.
Country at heart, that heart so big.
Here you come again.
Her music timeless, she seemed ageless.
I'll be rocking till the day I come.
Born the fourth of 12 children into a dirt-poor family in rural Tennessee, she started performing at church age 13. Her first hit, age 20, Dumb Blonde.
This dumb blonde ain't nobody's own.
She wasn't dumb. Her 60-year career never slowed. There was music, and by 1980, acting too.
Tumble out of bed and I stumble to the kitchen.
I have my nails too, you know,
What is that?
my acrylic nails.
How's
Now,
it go?
I can make, you know, that's how I wrote 9 to 5 on the set of 9 to 5, working 9 to 5.
Not just a hit song, but film as well.
I'm gonna get that gun of mine, and I'm gonna change you from a rooster to a hen with one shot.
She wrote more than 3,000 songs, 26 #1s, scooped 11 Grammys. Her songs making stars of others. Whitney Houston singing Dolly's words.
It was a great feeling, though. What a great record she did.
But there was so much more to brand Dolly. Together with her late husband of 59 years, Carl Thomas Dean, they built an empire.
Welcome to Dollywood.
A theme park. The concerts, the albums, the interviews, the connection with fans never stopped. People wanted to be her. There's even a festival dedicated to Dolly in country New South Wales at Narromine.
I saw an ad the other day that said, you too can look like Dolly Parton for only $500. Boy, I wish I'd have seen that ad before I dished out the millions it cost me to look like Dolly Parton.
She came here throughout the 70s and 80s.
I'm very, very happy to be in Australia, and Melbourne is especially a wonderful city.
And well into this century. The then Transport Minister allowed her giant tour bus on the road in 2011.
Dolly's bus was too long, too wide and too heavy.
I don't know if he's here today. If he is, if he'll come up here, I'll smear lip gloss all over him.
In 2023...
I figure if I'm going to be in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, I'm going to have to earn it.
The country music sweetheart went full rock and roll.
Liar, liar, the world knows liar. What we gonna do when it all burns down?
What are you talking about?
I'm talking about this world as it is today, not just America. but all over the world with people with the hate and the violence. It was about all these people that are in a position to help in places of power, and they use it for the wrong reason.
Because she was using her fame for the right reasons.
Hello, I'm Dolly Parton, the book lady.
Funding Dolly Parton's Imagination Library, mailing books to 3 million children around the world every month to encourage reading, including in Australia.
It's really had an impact on how they perceive books and how they treat books as well.
In May, Dolly revealed she hadn't been well.
Some of the meds and treatments make me a little bit swimmy-headed, as my grandma used to say.
Her publicist confirming her death after a brief battle with cancer.
Dolly called me and said she wants to rest in a beautiful bed of plush cotton because after a life wearing heavy rhinestones, she finally deserves to be comfortable and have some rest.
Tonight, the tributes from celebrity friends. Taylor Swift writing, "A world without Dolly doesn't feel possible, real or right." Sir Elton John said he was shocked and devastated, calling her a giant of an artist. Dolly's goddaughter Miley Cyrus called her the purest soul. And there are plenty more around the world who feel like they knew Dolly. She knew that too.
I'm someone very familiar. I've been around so long in people's houses, on TV and the radio. They love me because I feel like a part of their family, because I've been around so long. But it's humbling, but it's a great, great compliment.
Dolly Parton was 80.
What do you close with?
Well, I actually do a little bit of I Will Always Love You. That's the way I close all my shows, have for many, many years.
Thank you.
Hewitt Vale. 7 News.
And Rob Scott is in Nashville, the spiritual home of the country music Dolly loved so much.
Well, Dolly and her husband called this sprawling estate just outside of Nashville home since the early 1970s. And as you can see, it has now become one of the main places for her fans to come and to remember her. The flowers, well, they started arriving not long after news of her death broke, and they have not stopped all day. Hearts are broken here in America's country music capital for their queen, and they are mourning right across the US tonight.
We love Dolly. She's a Nashville treasure.
And she is not afraid to be who she was.
She was just cute and fun and sweet, and she was a light in a dark world.
She's so sprightly and so vibrant that it's just hard to imagine she's not with us anymore.
It is devastating. It really, really is. It's it's hard for all of us. She's going to be missed so much.
Along with these very personal, intimate tributes to Dolly, there are also some very big public displays of affection. At the White House, Donald Trump has ordered that flags be flown at half-mast, and the Empire State Building is glittering pink. As for her funeral, well, Dolly requested a very private, intimate service for only immediate family members. But as you can see, the sense of loss and the sense of sadness is very public.
Rob Scott in Nashville. To other news now. A Northern Beaches girl has died in hospital days after being found unresponsive in mysterious circumstances. Reporter Rex Quayle is at Eleanor Heights, from where the teenager was airlifted on Sunday. Rex, do we know what happened to her?
Angela, we do know that there was a huge emergency response on Sunday night after they were called to a home here in Eleanor Heights around 5:45. Paramedics found the 16-year-old lying unresponsive and treated her at the scene before airlifting her to Royal North Shore Hospital in a critical condition. Police have now revealed the girl passed away last night. Just how she came to be unresponsive in the first place is now the centre of an investigation by Northern Beaches Police. But, Angela, it is certainly a tragic set of circumstances for the girl's family and the entire Eleanor Heights community.
Indeed. Rex Quayle, thank you.
A car fire has cut off one of Sydney's busiest crossings, shutting down the Harbour tunnel in the middle of the morning peak. The knock-on effect left drivers facing long delays while crews worked to remove the smouldering wreck.
Sydney's peak hour.
What the hell? It's the first.
Up in smoke.
There's a car there, it's on fire there.
A vehicle in flames in the southbound Harbour tunnel just after 8 this morning. The knock-on effect almost immediate. One fire underground, the fallout unfolding above. Gridlock across the city.
Horrendous, mate.
Worst Wednesday in the city that I had in months.
I know commuters were delayed significantly, even buses were delayed 25-30 minutes.
The tunnel closed in both directions for more than an hour as emergency crews responded.
Well, there is often some bleed over of the smoke into the northbound tunnel. That's why for a while we held the northbound.
Everything was reopened by 9:20.
It's pretty bad. When something happens inside here, the impact can be felt across Sydney. The question after today is what can be done to limit the disruption when the next incident happens.
Think about Metro or Sydney trains as an option. The Western Harbour Tunnel is on schedule. That will give us a third option.
And a reminder for drivers.
If you smell petrol or diesel or you're not happy with your vehicle, please check it before you travel, because you never know, it might be your turn.
Sam Payne, 7 News.
You're hearing it again, more close calls at Sydney Airport, and it's now reached a critical number. Safety investigators are looking at 2 new incidents on the tarmac between passenger planes. That's 6 now in just over a month. To put that into context, experts say that number of close calls in a whole year would be alarming. Live now to Nick Overall at Sydney Airport. Nick, what happened this time?
Well, Ange, it seems that fatigue and staff shortages are once again impacting air traffic control. Early yesterday morning, a Jetstar flight was preparing to push back from the terminal when controllers failed to tell the crew a second plane was taxiing behind them. The Airbus immediately had to stop. Another from just a fortnight ago has also come to light. After landing in Sydney, a Virgin flight from Melbourne was taxiing as a Qantas flight was attempting to leave the runway. The Qantas crew spotted the Virgin plane approaching from the right and braked. Now, these 2 incidents are being investigated by the Transport Safety Bureau. A former pilot today telling me that 6 in a year would be concerning, let alone 6 in a month.
Nick Overall at Mascot, thank you. A Sydney woman has escaped a murder conviction despite admitting to killing and dismembering her husband inside their Greenacre home. We've learnt for the first time what happened the night she says she'd had enough after suffering years of abuse.
Alone in a small grey prison room, Niramin Nuful accused of murdering her husband, Mamdouh Nuful, at their Greenacre home in 2023. When asked how she pleaded, she declared, "Not guilty. I plead guilty to manslaughter in the alternative."
My client is pleased with the outcome.
With new details released today about how and why she killed him, Ms Nuful telling psychiatrists a fight broke out the night of May 3rd. She was pinned to the floor and he was choking her before she stabbed him once in the chest. He died soon after. But it's what followed that investigators at the time described as
brutal, but it's also macabre and bizarre. She butchered and dismembered his body.
A witness later observed a large sore on a plastic tarp covered in blood. Mr Nuful's body parts were discarded in bins across several suburbs, including Bexley and Chullora. His remains never found. The house cleaned with bleach, the floors later replaced. She spent months using his phone to give family and friends the impression he was still alive. When asked why she killed him, Ms Nuful said, "Because I have had enough. He just treated me like spat at me. I regret it. I don't know how I did it." She suffered years of domestic violence. A conservative Islamist, Mr Nuful, was said to be controlling. He also had a fiancée in Egypt.
It's a tragic set of circumstances.
Niramin Nuful has been in custody since her arrest in 2024. The maximum penalty for manslaughter is 25 years. She'll be sentenced next month.
Can we just wait to the sentence proceedings? I think a lot more come out.
Amber Laidler, 7 News.
After 6 months of confronting testimony and heartbreaking evidence, the hearings for the Royal Commission into Antisemitism have come to a close. The delivery of the final report was today pushed back to ensure it doesn't overshadow the anniversary of the Bondi terror attack.
The final day of hearings and another day of protest.
Royal Commission, shame, shame!
The inquiry attracting controversy since it launched 8 months ago, tasked with exploring how the Bondi massacre happened and any anti-Semitism targeted at Australia's 120,000 Jews.
This commission has heard directly from more than 14,000 of them.
62 hearing days, 346 witnesses, 20,000 submissions. Today, 10 final witnesses speaking on social cohesion. The granddaughter of Eddie Jaku, the Jewish 100-year-old happiest man on earth.
He would not be the happiest man on earth, but he would be the most haunted man on earth.
The last word left to the rabbi whose son-in-law was killed in the attack.
Australia is at a crossroads. There are things that must be confronted. There are boundaries that must be restored.
The inquiry has been criticised, too brief, too few witnesses, confusing legitimate anti-Israel protest with anti-Semitism.
The Commissioner also acknowledged the frustrations held by many that the hearings into what led to Bondi and the possible police and security agency failings had been held in secret. But today, she offered a solution.
Proposing her confidential report be publicly released once the alleged gunman's trial is complete. The final report was due by the December 14 anniversary. The Commissioner worried some would say it's a distraction on a day of reflection.
I fully understand that concern.
Delayed 4 days to December 18. Chris Reason, 7 News.
Federal and state governments have reached a deal on data centres, avoiding a potentially bruising fight. What's still not clear, how they're going to make sure the cost of power-hungry AI hubs is not passed on to households.
Data centres, the computer brains of the AI future and the biggest energy challenge of the present National Cabinet.
We'll work together to form Australia's new national artificial intelligence laws.
A world-first framework of national standards wanting renewables to be the exclusive energy source for data centres, but now with what he calls flexibility.
We came to a common position which recognise that all states aren't exactly the same.
All agreeing that data centres should be forced to produce more green energy than they consume by underwriting new renewable projects, but on powering the centres themselves.
I certainly understand that different states have different issues.
One state in particular.
In the sake of Queensland, we've got a really big point of difference.
That difference, Queensland owns its power grid and with the Northern Territory wants the right to direct some coal and gas-fired electricity to its data centres.
We believe that we can control our data sovereignty, protect the rights of local communities and enable that energy mix to bring those data centres on.
The leaders all agreeing on their central political priority. Wherever they land on powering data centres, it can't drive up household bills. But there's another problem. Data centres can be built much faster than wind and solar farms, raising questions over whether the new green energy projects will be ready in time.
There is a time challenge, and that is something the industry is concerned about. We will need other parts of energy in the mix to get there.
Like gas and coal.
They want to create a fossil fuel explosion.
The leaders also signing up today to tougher gun laws, a second action plan against domestic and sexual violence, and more funding to tackle bird flu.
We've had an excellent meeting today.
Learning to be flexible.
Let's go to Mark Riley now. Mark, inflation has fallen, but not as far as the market expected.
No, the market was expecting a 0.5% drop in their year-on-year headline rate, Mark, because we had such a wretched July last year. But the headline number was only down 0.3% to 3.5%, while the underlying rate remained steady at 3.6%. And that's the one the Reserve Bank concentrates on. The general consensus is that it doesn't build a case for a rate cut, but hopefully doesn't encourage another rate rise either, with unemployment ticking up and the housing market flat. The RBA, though, will have the final say when it meets again late next month.
Mark Riley in Canberra, thank you. Their falling out saddened a nation. Now a new poll has revealed the majority of Brits want Prince William and Harry to make up. But that's where the good sentiment ends for the Duke of Sussex, who faces an uphill battle to win back public support.
No matter where you are in the UK, the Brits have an opinion on Prince Harry and his very public falling out with brother William.
It is sad because they were friends, weren't they?
They've given very little, from what I can see,
back to the UK have just taken.
Tonight, a new poll reveals the majority want the pair to put their differences aside after years of tension and high family drama. 58% holding out hope of reconciliation, 13% don't want to see it, and the rest don't know. As Prince Harry and wife Meghan prepare to move back to the UK with their children.
Their family and family first, and their dad is old.
Harry's relationship with Meghan, his memoir Spare, and this interview with Oprah Winfrey.
What?
Deepening the rift.
That split between William and Harry has all of the passion of two people who loved each other very, very much.
Prince Harry's move to America offended the Brits, hurting his public image. The Sussexes now have their work cut out for them, bringing their family brand back from the brink. As 87% of Brits say they don't want to be stuck with their security bill. In London, Isabel Mullen, 7 News.
Time to check today's weather now with Angie Asimus. Angie, it was cold in that breeze today.
Mark, those winds were pretty icy. Southwesterlies picked up, driving a cold air mass over the region. The official top was 19 degrees. At the time, it felt like 14. Right now, it's dropped to 16. The showers continued overnight, and early this morning, a widespread 8 to 10 millimetres falling across most suburbs. That generally all cleared before sunrise today. Some gusty conditions in its wake, though. 54 kilometres per hour on the Harbour. That is near gale force, and 59 k's at Watamola. A lot of that rain has now not only cleared Sydney, but has also moved off the northeast coastline as well. A top of 25 degrees at Lismore today and 18 recorded at Newcastle. More clouds on the way tomorrow, but an approaching high means things are looking good for the weekend. I'll have that full forecast soon. Mark and Ange.
Sounds good. Thank you, Angie. The dream of home ownership in ruins, but next, hope for victims of a Western Sydney developer collapse.
Also, crash chaos on the northern beaches. Even a camper van couldn't be spared.
Jackie O's new claim, how Kyle gave her PTSD and it's rocked the shock jock.
Ushy mania sends Woolies sales soaring. What's next for the collectibles craze?
And take to the water in style. Exclusive details on Sydney's newest thrill.
7 News, brought to you by Renault Symbioz.
You will need to sit down for this one. It's time to reveal the secret fifth coach, global superstar, Tones and I.
Team Tones is going to drop some jaws.
It's the game changer Australia's been waiting for.
You have gone from not a single share turning to all of us wanting you.
Tones is here on The Voice, Sunday at 7 on 7.
What just happened?
Someone crashed your pool party, lad. Don't worry, with 10 years at the top, Budget Direct's got you comprehensively covered.
Hashtag hard landing. Not as hard as it seems. You're with Budget Direct.
Money Magazine's Insurer of the Year for 10 years in a row.
Insurance solved with Budget Direct.
Aldi's crispy pork belly has enough crackling to tame even the most monstrous of appetites. Ah! Now at an Aldi price of only $15.49 per kilo. Aldi, good different.
Tony and Eleanor talked to IMB Bank about their home loan. They got a great low rate, saved on fees and got $4,000 cash back. So Tony's going to spend big and order an entree. IMB Bank, right by you.
A great finish on your deck goes back to the start. And when you start with Spec-Rite Mobile Timber, it comes pre-oiled, ready for a finishing coat and easy to install for a premium natural look that lasts. Spec-Rite Mobile Timber, the start of a great finish.
I thought I was failing. Turns out, I was fighting biology. My doctor helped me see that obesity is a chronic disease, and genetics can play a bigger role than you think.
Talk to your doctor for the full picture on weight and health.
Medibank has cover designed to be used, like earning Live Better Awards points for using your cover, which you could put towards saving $200 on your premium. Search Medibank Value. Live better with Medibank.
The all-new limited edition HP OmniBook Ultra in a deep espresso and bronze edge finish. Powered by the latest Intel Core Ultra 7 Series 3 processor. That's the power of Intel inside. Exclusive to Harvey Norman.
Welcome back to 7 News. Crash investigators are trying to figure out why an Audi SUV went straight through a T intersection, crashing into another car and a parked caravan on the northern beaches. The accident happened this morning at Cromer. Both drivers, a man in his 60s and a woman in her 40s, were taken to Royal North Shore Hospital in a stable condition. All three vehicles had to be towed away.
Premier Chris Minns could ask rival developers to step in and finish thousands of homes following the collapse of one of Sydney's biggest property players. Administrators describe Bathler's financials as extremely complex, as many buyers now fear they'll lose their deposits.
Locked out from their own great Australian dream.
I just thought, no, this can't be happening. It was just a big shock.
Sue Mancuso paid a $32,000 deposit for a Bathler apartment near Wollongong in December. She's now living with her daughter indefinitely.
Works had stalled and we were a little bit suspicious as to what was going on.
One of thousands of Bathler buyers left in the lurch after the developer plunged into administration. Today, not sure she will ever move in.
I'm very, very, very worried about it. For us, it's a big deposit and if we lose it, it's hard to try and get that sort of money is ever saved up.
Bathler has 2,000 dwellings on the go, a mix of homes and apartments with deep tentacles through northwest Sydney, as well as the Hunter and Illawarra. The company owing $3.6 billion to creditors, though financial documents reveal $18.6 million in deposits is currently being held in trust accounts, protected by law. A small sign of hope for off-the-plan buyers stuck in limbo.
Look at the contract and work out if they're entitled to receive their deposit back, if they want to terminate, if they're able to terminate the contract.
Developers had been quietly warning that rising material costs, high government taxes and slowing growth were making the construction of new homes unviable, fearing the collapse of Bathler could be the start of a growing trend.
We have to think creatively about who's going to step in, complete the project. It's not going to be easy.
Taylor Aiken, 7 News.
Former Kiss FM radio host Jackie O says she's suffering from PTSD, which she claims was caused from her time working with Kyle Sandilands on their Axed Breakfast show. The revelation triggered an emotional on-air response from her former co-host and one-time close friend.
But that is so against what the reality of what happened was. It's soul-destroying.
Jackie O made the claim in court documents in her $82 million lawsuit against former employer Australian Radio Network.
Plenty more still to come on 7 News. Next, a kid's prank nearly ends in disaster when a homeowner takes matters into his own hands.
We're at court with new details on a sickening knockout at Coogee.
A $5 million secret uncovered in what looked like an everyday rydal near home.
Woolies cashes in on its Uchi explosion, but why there are tough times ahead.
For many, she was a laughingstock. Now Raygun has her say.
Overhead, the high-tech operation to get Elon Musk his spaceship back.
And ahead in sport, the drama continues at the Broncos. Madge has had enough. Reece Walsh backtracks.
What word can be put after each of these three images to make new things?
The play-along sensation Australia is in love with.
What are you going to do with the money?
I'd like to use it to propose to my partner.
Why do you need money to propose? You're going to bribe her.
Keeping it close to the heart.
I've got crystals in my bra to help.
Do you think it's time to change that bra?
Yeah.
Your husband's here?
Yeah, over there.
Oh, God, I dread to think where he's got his crystals.
The 1% Club UK. Tonight on 7.
A kiss, a cry, our rights, our wrongs, a moment of love, a dream, a lie, a moment.
Experience the magic of Macquarie Intelligence.
Fancy new toys on this slippery boat ramp means the dad will need to tread carefully. Let's go give him a hand.
Mitsubishi's most capable ute ever. Nothing can frighten a Triton.
You could get swept up in brands, or get the same spotless clean with Aldi products for 51% less. No excuse for a dirty floor now, is there? That's an Aldi price. Aldi. Good different.
Ditch that fuzzy feeling. Switch to the Oral-B iO3 electric toothbrush. It cups each tooth to remove up to 100% more plaque and fights cavities even in the back molars. Get that dentist clean feeling with the Oral-B iO3 from Chemist Warehouse.
Girls, can you believe my chippy even tidied up?
My plumber stopped the leak. And my intrusive shower thoughts.
Well, my Sparky turned something on inside me I hadn't felt in years. For a huge range of tradies, start with Pages.
With Subscriptions Manager in the Bankwest app, you can see everything in one place, which means less time worrying about forgotten signups and more time worrying about gravity.
Let's go with the Mazda CX-60 G25 Pure. Effortless performance from a brand you know and trust. Now from $47,990 drive away, get that zoom zoom feeling today.
At Coles, serve up fresh Aussie salmon for half price. That's right, Coles fresh salmon portions skin off from the deli are on special for just $21 a kilo. Delicious fresh Aussie salmon for half price, only at Coles.
Welcome back. A common childhood prank almost ended in disaster for two teenagers in Coffs Harbour. A 78-year-old man has been charged with predatory driving after allegedly striking the two boys on their e-bikes. It's believed a group of boys had earlier knocked on the man's door before taking off.
He made a conscious choice to get in his car and mow them down.
The alleged driver has been granted bail.
The man charged over a Coogee brawl that almost had life-changing consequences has pleaded not guilty. It was a fight that ended with a man unconscious and bleeding on the footpath after just one punch.
Rangi Moore, an accused of a knockout punch. Mr Moore, do you have anything to say? Today, letting his lawyer do the talking.
I'll just speak on behalf of Mr Moore.
Out on bail and facing court over this sickening brawl outside a Coogee pub 2 weeks ago. After a flurry of punches, one blow was all it took to leave a man seriously injured. What sparked the brawl? Did you want to make a comment? The street brawl started out as what looked like an innocent embrace, but it quickly escalated. Tempers flaring and fists flying, the 41-year-old ending out cold on the pavement as witnesses raced to help. He spent time in Prince of Wales Hospital recovering, while 26-year-old Moore was charged with assault, occasioning actual bodily harm.
A plea of not guilty has been entered today, but we'll be making no further comments at this stage.
The relationship between the pair is unclear, but exactly what happened in the moments before the violence erupted could be crucial to the case. Mr Moore, what was said before punches were thrown? Mr Moore is on a curfew and banned from touching drugs or alcohol. The matter will return to court in October. Rebecca Gadaneris, 7 News.
A home in Sydney's northwest has been hiding a $5 million secret. Police uncovered more than 1,000 cannabis plants and a large-scale drug production setup inside a Rydalmere property. A 38-year-old man was arrested and charged with a number of drug supply offences. Supermarket giant Woolworths is celebrating the mega success of its Ushies Collectibles campaign.
The craze has helped drive up grocery sales, the company posting a profit that's left Coles in the dust.
A marketing masterstroke, Woolworths' Ushi craze boosting its grocery sales by 7.6% in the past 8 weeks. Pester Power helping to lure new customers.
Certainly our Ushies collectible campaign has been very popular with families, and so that's been great in terms of just adding a little bit of surprise and delight to the weekly shop.
Woolies' total sales and earnings much higher than Coles, but its net profit is similar, up 18% to $1.14 billion for the last financial year, compared to Coles' profit just under $1.1 billion.
we're very focused on the fact that customers are really looking for great value. And so we've announced this week that we're lowering the shelf price on another 100 products.
Woolies' own brand range and discounting strategy paying off, despite a costly staff underpayment scandal biting into its bottom line, and the ACCC pursuing the grocery giant in court, alleging fake discounting.
Both supermarkets have faced significant headwinds around allegations of misleading pricing, but also they've suffered in terms of consumer trust. They actually score very highly on distrust.
Experts warn there are tough times ahead for all the supermarkets, with 3/4 of shoppers now very stressed about their finances.
For consumers, price really counts. It is literally a supermarket war at present.
Jackie Quist, 7 News.
Australian breakdancer Rachel Gunn, who's shot to fame as Ray Gunn for her unique performance at the Paris Olympics, is back in the spotlight. She's just appeared on British morning television promoting her upcoming Netflix documentary, which tells how her unorthodox moves came about.
We, used some Australian inspiration and put together some some well-known moments.
Breaking Badly premieres on Netflix next Tuesday. It was another AFL scandal that rocked the sporting world. Next, Jules Neal tells all about the alleged affair that ended her marriage.
Domino's fall, discounts have dried up and so have the customers.
Plans for a new summer spectacle at Centennial Park.
And in sports, stars of the men's and women's game mark 50 days to go until the Rugby League World Cup in Sydney.
Your attention, please. In aviation, rules exist for a reason.
Problems can escalate very quickly.
This is not looking good.
Keep your seatbelts fastened. Air crash investigations, Thursday on 7.
Promise us you'll only ever put water detergent and soap down the sink. Promise us, or we are over. Don't care how good your schnitzel is.
I promise, Bonnie.
Avoid pipe dramas. Only water, detergent, and soap down the sink.
The final moments are upon us. The 2026 Toyota AFL Final Series starts now. It's the D's and the Blues this Saturday night. These are the final moments.
Kyle, how much for 1 kilo of middle or shortcut bacon?
$17.50.
Oh, that's gotta hurt, Kyle. Now $9.99 a kilo, save $1.50. Aldi, good different.
New GWM Aura 5 EV SUV. Live a little more.
Bargain. Don't tell me you put your card details in there. I think that's a scam site. Don't worry. I've just locked everything down.
Just think of the things you could do.
We're not you, but when it comes to protecting your money with SafeBlock, we can be your W.
When the family's unwell, moments like these come to a stop. Glen 20 kills 99.9% of germs, including common cold and flu viruses. So be proactive this winter and kill the germs before they kill the fun.
You may know me as Jamie Oliver, but I'm not so sure anymore.
I mean, how many more chicken recipes can there be?
I'm on a mission to find myself no matter what it takes. But with Live 360, the people that love me the most need not worry.
Its live location sharing works almost anywhere, so they can find me if something unexpected happens.
When do I get a job?
So there's somewhere here.
Take me home, Jules. Let's never speak of this again.
Live 360, where families can find their family even when their family has gone to find themselves.
The front bar just got a little more golden.
The new king of television is champagne.
The little gold statue that everyone's talking about. There he is there. There's the little fella.
The front bar, tonight 8:30.
Hello. It might take more than squishy toys to ensure the billion-dollar profits posted by Coles and Woolworths this week continue. Analysts warn Amazon is coming for them, set to ramp up its push into the grocery sector. AI is expected to cost even more humans their jobs at WiseTech on top of the cull of 2,000 jobs announced earlier this year. Its full-year net profit of $250 million is down 11% on last year. Domino's new CEO insists a shift away from discounts and promotions is working after a difficult few years that's seen revenue slide and 60 stores close. The pizza chain posting a $134 million annual loss. Today's hot inflation data rattled investors, particularly tech stocks. The Aussie dollar worth 71 US cents. Australia's Future Fund posted a near 15% gain for the year, so theoretically, we're all $37 billion richer.
A major new concert series is set to rock Centennial Park this coming summer. Over consecutive weekends in February and March, Australian and international artists will perform at Sydney Summertime. The event is being organised by the team behind Splendour in the Grass, with the lineup and ticket prices yet to be announced.
The wife of one of the AFL's biggest stars has spoken for the first time about the rumoured affair that destroyed their marriage and rocked the game. Lachie Neale gave up the Brisbane captaincy over the scandal. Now his ex has shared her side of the story.
Was this the first time that your ex did cheat? No.
She's watched the headlines, heard the rumours and stayed silent until now.
It wasn't the first time for us, which, yeah, it's awful. I had found out that he had cheated on me before. Okay. I got one of those awful, like, hey girly DMs with receipts. The worst day of my life.
But Jules Neal told the Pretty Sure podcast she trusted her husband and for the sake of their family, gave him a chance.
I was reassured that that was a one-off thing. It would never happen again. Biggest mistake of his life, yada, yada, yada.
Then came this, an alleged 4-month affair, this time with her best friend. Jules has since moved their 2 children to Perth. She says she's done.
Some things have come out of the woodwork after the fact. I've heard a bunch of stories from a bunch of different people.
There was no comment today from the former Lions co-captain, now edging towards a 3rd straight flag. Seven is not reporting on the truth of the allegations, just that the allegations have been made. Now Tess Crossley, the other woman in this very public saga, will tell her side of the story in a podcast with the Daily Mail, due to drop tomorrow. A story that is far from over, and while Jules says she's moved on, so has her ex. Rumours of a new girlfriend last week sealed with a kiss. Amanda Abate, 7 News.
Divers are calling it a jackpot moment after discovering the wreck of a German submarine off the coast of England. It sank during the Second World War, taking on water after coming under attack from HMS Balfour 82 years ago. Remarkably, all 52 crew members made it out alive.
The Hawkesbury River becomes a racetrack next. Luxury wheels hit the water. What they're like to drive and how you can try.
And the high-tech mission to save a SpaceX rocket that splashed down off our coast. Don't miss those stories soon on 7 News.
First, Mel's back with sport. Mel, how the mighty has fallen.
Hello, guys. Yes, and tomorrow's NRL Grand Final rematch between the Broncos and Storm reduced to a rule change experiment. Details next as the dramas continue in Brisbane. First, Adam Reynolds, now Reece Walsh, and Madge, he isn't happy. And is it the end of an era? Giants captain Toby Green prepares to meet with rival clubs.
Every year, the legends of our sport turn back the clock.
Buddy Franklin! Bang!
The Legends game is free, only on 7, Mate and 7 Plus.
Oh, soccer!
2 star-studded lineups go head-to-head.
The legend becomes immortal.
We came to play! The Legends game is free, only on 7, Mate and 7 Plus.
Ava.
He can shed his skin.
He can read minds.
He's many things to many people, Robbo.
He drives a BT50, right?
Yeah.
With the Bankwest single-use virtual card, your card details disappear after use, which means less time worrying about fraudsters and more time worrying about nature.
I want to feel the sun on my skin. Go grab that coffee at a little corner place like the bakery on Greenacre. Things move a little slower in the neighborhood, and that's what makes it so wonderful. I'm Naomi Watts, and I'll see you in the neighborhood.
Kyle, how How much for 1 kilo of middle or shortcut bacon?
$17.50.
Ugh, that's gotta hurt, Kyle. Now $9.99 a kilo, save $1.50. Aldi, good different.
Crypto investment? If it's suspicious, we'll help you spot it.
Your partner for helping you spot scams at every stage. NAB. More than money.
Not only must the box accommodate a reckless overabundance of chicken, it must also now withstand the unknown impact of a spicier variant.
Adios, amigos.
The new wicked boxful.
NIB, health covered.
This sport report is brought to you by Sportsbet, the easiest place to bet on the footy. What are you really gambling with?
Welcome back. Broncos superstar Reece Walsh faces sanctions after coach Michael Maguire fronted the fullback over a social media blunder, plunging the Premiers deeper into crisis. It comes as an angry Maguire rejects he's lost the playing group following more fallout from Adam Reynolds' confusing retirement farewell.
Under siege, adamant he has players' support.
Well, you ask them. Mate, I love coaching this team.
Tough love, copping the coach's wrath and injured Reece Walsh. Caught out liking an Instagram post about Adam Reynolds not getting a farewell game, called embarrassing and sad.
Reece, straight away, we spoke. He loves Reno. We all do.
Former Bronco Martin Tapau punted for a similar social media blunder last year.
Two different scenarios. I understand that there's a light there.
Rubbishing claims he denied Reynolds a Suncorp Stadium farewell. Maguire stressed the call to retire was made by his premiership-winning captain.
He basically said to me, I think it's time, Madge. And that's how it went.
With neither Brisbane or Melbourne in finals contention, tomorrow night's grand final rematch trials the controversial kick-off rule change. The team that concedes a try, penalty or field goal will have the option to restart by either kicking off or receiving the football.
Hopefully, the powers that be will get a good idea whether it is a good idea or not.
The NRL were keen to introduce the initiative at the start of this season, despite backlash from clubs and players.
I feel like it just takes the reward for scoring a try away from the team that scored a try. I don't imagine I'll be the only one that's not a fan of the rule.
Andrew McKinlay, 7 News.
Casey McLean is hoping to rewrite his wrongs against the Bulldogs on Friday. Their last clash in round 6 was the young stars' first sin bin and the first loss for the Panthers this season.
It was a big learning for our whole season. We started off so strong just to get punched in the face. So being able to draw back on a few wins, a few losses back then, and kind of we're still moving forward.
Blaze Talangi has been overlooked for Jack Cole to partner Nathan Cleary in the halves, but younger brother Ryder will represent the family name, set to make his debut for the Eels against the Sharks. The countdown is on. 50 days to go until the Rugby League World Cup on home turf. Australia enters the women's competition as 3-time defending champions, expecting their toughest test yet.
Our Pacifica teams are so strong. Our rivalry, New Zealand, they're really strong as well. So it's going to be a really hard campaign.
I'm hoping this year I'll be able to come in and just go crazy on the other teams.
Lebanon believe they'll be a dark horse in the men's draw. West Tigers' Alex Twell's hungry to earn his first Lebanese cap in almost a decade.
It's always an emotional experience when you get to represent your heritage, where your family come from, and this will be no different.
World Cup action begins on October 15, live and free right here on the screens of 7. Toby Green says he hasn't made up his mind on leaving the Giants, despite admitting he will meet with Victorian clubs Geelong and Essendon over the next fortnight.
Maybe even some people at the club feel like I'm definitely going, which is not true. If I was definitely going, I'd say that now. I'd be up front with the Giants.
At the AFL Awards night, Giants defender Lockie Ash earned his first All-Australian blazer. The Swans' sole representative, Charlie Curnow, he did not attend the event. Rivalry and respect is what it's all been about between the AFLW's Giants and Swans. GWS urged fans to get behind the Swans women who were forced to endure last week's scandal in the men's team.
W is always going to support W athletes wherever that is, and that's incredibly powerful, but the growth will certainly come from when the whole of the AFL, the whole of the country is supporting and standing up for women in the country.
Yep, love that. The sides meet in the AFLW Sydney Derby next month. Serena Williams, Novak Djokovic, Carlos Alcaraz and Aryna Sabalenka all suffered defeats on a crazy day at the US Open. Williams made her first appearance at Flushing Meadows in 4 years alongside Alcaraz in the mixed doubles.
I never expected to be back on this court, so it's just a really cool moment.
Sure was. Djokovic and Sabalenka were eliminated in a tiebreaker, and Roger Federer made a special cameo, defeating Andy Roddick again, this time in an exhibition match. The singles draw begins next week. Aussie surfing greats went toe-to-toe at Cloudbreak in Fiji. Sally Fitzgibbons defeated Steph Gilmore in a rematch of their 2014 Fiji Pro Final to reach the second round.
It was back to Clash of the Vets, and we were reliving our heyday.
Clash of the Vets. Tahiti Pro winner Erin Brooks with the ride of the day, a perfect 10 to beat Aussie Sophie McCulloch. How good is it to see Sally and Steph in action up against each other? All smiles as always. We love Sally.
Yeah, they love it. We love them both. Thank you, Mel.
Thanks.
They need to be seen to be believed. Cars that look like luxury Corvettes and Ferraris that you can drive on water.
They don't clock quite the same speeds, but they're racing to the top of the wish list for thrill seekers, and there's only one waterway in the country where you can really let it rip.
Wheels on the water, driving along a picturesque Hawkesbury River transformed into a mini racetrack. Here you can turn and burn in style.
A little bit surreal, like I'm sitting in a car and it's floating on the water, and we're doing decent speed.
Mock Corvettes and a Ferrari made out of fiberglass with a high-performance motor. Jet Ski Safaris is offering guided tours on the Whitewash, taking off from the marina in Brooklyn. Revheads older than 16 can drive. The speed limit is 30 knots.
It's the only experience of its kind at this point in Australia.
There's a lot of tourists in the area. We're getting a lot of new walk-ins.
It is as simple as doing a thorough safety induction. No boat license needed, just a solid dose of adrenaline, a little confidence, and you're on your way. All right, Richie, let's go. Let's do it. Let's go. Yeah. More jet car experiences are coming.
Soon you'll be able to come down, jump in here, bride and groom, and rock up to your own wedding in this car. And that's wild.
Down the track, you may even be able to buy one.
We've got a lot of cars coming to Australia at the moment. The G-Wagon 6-seater, Lamborghini, Ferrari.
For now, it's $400 for 30 minutes in a 2-seater, double that for an hour.
Definitely turns heads, that's for sure. If you don't like being looked at, don't get in one.
Angelique Opie, 7 News.
She loves it. A SpaceX rocket that landed off our coast is finally heading home. It splashed down in the Indian Ocean near Western Australia a month ago before being towed to Christmas Island. The 52-metre spacecraft was loaded onto the semi-submersible ship Forte, which lowered its deck beneath the water to float the rocket into position. It's now bound for Texas, a journey expected to take 6 weeks.
Now Angie is back with the forecast. Angie, how's tomorrow shaping up?
Well, Mark, there won't be much sunshine, but we'll make up for it in the coming days. There are some very warm temperatures ahead. Details next.
He's here. Bo is in Summer Bay. Police are out looking for him right now.
I want to know where every unit is. I want this guy brought in.
There's a way we can track him down.
I am done living my life in fear. If Tane gets involved and ends up in prison himself.
I'm not going to let anything happen to you or our son. Whatever it takes.
Home and Away. Weeknights at 7 on 7.
What's wrong with new money? New money seems to cop it from those who already have all the money. Funny that, because I don't remember new money ever asking for a 20% deposit. Or making me wait 30 years before I could touch it. Right here, Sam. New money means you can start with whatever you have right now. And then when you do with it, that's up to you.
I think I left the putter back at the last hole.
What do you mean South Australia?
For the good times that keep going, the new Forthing Range Extender Hybrid from $36,990 drive away. Forthing, for things that matter.
If you've got heartburn, try this Gaviscon chewing gum.
Gaviscon works fast to neutralise acid in the stomach.
Tastes good.
Great tasting Gaviscon chewing gum.
I'm David Dunn. I get stuff done. I take the bins out. While I take the dogs out, and I said I'd take the mother-in-law out and the young'un.
Life doesn't slow down at 50. You need a bank account that keeps up. That's why IMB Bank created the Everyday 50-plus account, designed for those going places or those staying put, with no international transaction fees, no monthly account keeping fees, and fraud detection technology wherever you go. It's the everyday transaction account that lets you thrive in your prime. IMB Everyday 50-plus account. IMB Bank, right by you.
How long have you two been together?
Coming up 40 years.
I don't suppose he's for rent.
You can have him for free.
No, seriously.
What?
From the producer of The Secret Life of Us and Offspring.
Nothing happened between me and Billy.
Brand new Aussie drama.
You forget.
Dalliance. Streaming Thursday, August 27. Only on Paramount Plus.
The all-new limited edition HP OmniBook Ultra in a deep espresso and bronze edge finish. Powered by the latest Intel Core Ultra 7 Series 3 processor. That's the power of Intel inside. Exclusive to Harvey Norman.
Here's to timeless journeys and time well spent. To sparkling waters and storied lands. To fleeting moments and lifelong memories. Wander coasts of contrast, celebrating life beyond the beaten path. Discover more of Europe with Silversea and save up to 40% on voyages.
News, the interest rate battle. Banks fighting for your business. Why walking away could save you thousands. The new simple script getting Australians a better deal. On 7 News tomorrow at 6.
Good evening. The showers have cleared, but the clouds are going to stick around a little longer. This morning's low was mild under those grey skies, though 15 degrees, climbing to 19 with a very cool southwesterly breeze at times. Tops across Sydney suburbs remained in the high teens for most. Penrith and Richmond were the warmest with 21. Barely anything in the rain gauge today. The bulk of those showers moving through overnight and clearing before sunrise. Picking up the satellite image, a trough continues to move across the state's east. That's heading offshore. Still a fair bit of cloud left behind and a small pocket where severe storms are developing on the mid-north coast. Looking ahead to tomorrow, high pressure will move into place. That's going to become the dominant feature on the map and give us a solid run of settled weather in the days to come. Checking the capitals for tomorrow, Brisbane, Canberra, Melbourne and Adelaide all looking settled, while a possible late shower could be in store for Hobart, a top of 17 degrees. Perth to see showers easing, 18 for a maximum, and sunny with 34 degrees on the way for Darwin. Across New South Wales, dry and mostly sunny tomorrow, apart from some remaining showers on the north coast and still fairly overcast between Newcastle and Wollongong. That cloud cover encompasses Sydney as well, where it is shaping up to be another grey day, so cloudy right along the coast, and our western suburbs could record a very light passing shower, if anything. 19 degrees forecast for Manly and 19 for Richmond and Penrith as well. Sydney waters tomorrow, we're looking at southerly winds at around 15 to 20 knots, seas to 2 metres on a southerly 1.5 metre swell. The city centre tomorrow, a temperature range of 14 to 19 degrees, fairly similar to today. Cloudy skies, a passing shower is possible just in the early morning, but unlike today, those winds should be nice and light, so wind chill not so much a factor. Looking ahead to the next 7 days, Friday, a little bit more sunshine starting to come into the picture. Top of 20 degrees in the city, 22 in our west. That fine weather then extends right into the weekend, so nice settled conditions, tops mostly in the low 20s throughout the weekend. If we skip ahead to Tuesday, though, which is also the first official day of spring, 25 degrees in the city and 26 in our west, even warmer for Wednesday, up to 27 in our west. So that change of season looking like it'll be pretty noticeable, Mark and Ange.
Winter almost done.
Not long to go.
Angie, thank you. That is 7 News for this Wednesday. We'll have updates for you throughout the evening.
From all the 7 News team, thank you so much for your company. Have a great night.
Good night.